ladies and gentlemen. Almost 7 weeks ago, Europe has changed forever. And it has changed forever for the second time since the Second World War. The first time, it was 33 years ago. It was in 1989 when the Iron Curtain crumbled. Soviet oppression of Central and Eastern Europe came to an end. And it is people from countries like here in Romania that made a courageous choice. Made a courageous choice for freedom and for democracy. And that joined NATO and that joined the European Union. As a result, for the first time in history, the European continent was united. And united through the ballot box and not united through gunfire. As recent as 7 weeks ago, this happened again. An armed aggression and war crimes were unleashed upon innocent people of Ukraine, aimed at denying the fact that the population has a right to choose for freedom and has the right to choose to be a proud and independent country. Once again, Russia is trying to silence the ballot box with gunfire. And once again, this is a turning point for Europe, for it is a brutal attack on the core values of Europe, being it freedom, democracy. These are the core values that underpin the European Union and that underpin NATO. Freedom, democracy, human rights. This war, let it be clear, it is an assault on everything we stand for. And that is the reason that we as countries are taking sides in this conflict. We are with Ukraine. We are with Ukrainian people. We are with Ukrainian government and with its military. And we shall continue to support them by imposing a high cost on Russia, by isolating Russia, by providing military support to Ukraine, and by giving shelter to everyone that has to flee its country and fleeing the atrocities that are being conducted by the Russian army. President Putin believed that he could control Ukraine and that he could undermine NATO. How wrong he was. The activation of the NATO response force for the first time since its creation, just 1 day after the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, is a telling sign that NATO is more united than ever and more determined than ever. As allies, we are serious about the security of our territory and of the territory of the allied countries. And I have to say I am particularly proud that at this base, French and Belgian troops are working side by side to deter any aggression towards Romania and towards NATO. 3 weeks ago, Mr. President, you already mentioned it, at the NATO summit in Brussels, we agreed on the establishment of an additional multinational battle group to support Romania, Slovakia, Bulgaria, and Hungary. All along NATO's eastern border, troops have been deployed and airspace is being policed. NATO is and will remain a defensive alliance. We have never sought escalation, and we will never do. But let it be extremely clear to President Putin and his warmongering clique. NATO allies are ready to stand their ground. An attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. We are united in defending our values, in defending our territory, and we are extremely united in deterring anyone who is trying to do so. And it is precisely the mission of the Belgian troops who are stationed here, together with soldiers from Romania, from the United States, from the Netherlands, from Italy, from the United Kingdom, and others. I would like to conclude with some final words to the Belgian men and women who are here, who serve more than 2,000 kilometers away from their home and from their family. We are immensely grateful for your service. For many people, these are extremely uncertain times. But at a moment like this, it is good to know that we can count on you, on your professionalism, on your dedication. Your presence here is valuable and is necessary. You are not just a symbol of the solidarity between us. Your presence is a very clear message to the rest of the world. We will defend our freedom. We will defend our democracy. And the free world, let it be clear, will never surrender. Thank you.